And we have returned. Ascension eSports Dragon League Free Baron versus Team Chemistry. I am Decerux, your caster of the day, followed by my co-caster, Southern Decadence Dezdan. How are you doing, Dezdan?
I'm good. I'm hoping we don't have quite the set of events that we had in the last game, but ready to see if Team Chemistry can bounce back and take us to an even series.
Yeah, we'll see if we can get to a best of 5, but right now...
Best of 3.
Best of 3. But right now, it didn't seem too good for them in that first game. The first game, they did really get dominated, and that's speaking nicely. It was a rough game for them. It seemed like Free Baron just had their number completely.
And dominated like EU at Rift Rivals, man. It was bad. It was bad. That is not the only time they're going to hear that for throughout the next couple weeks. Good gosh.
So we are about to get into Champions League Game 2, Team Chemistry versus Free Baron. What in the world do Team Chemistry do to stop that kind of dominant performance that Free Baron was delivering earlier?
Not lose every single lane in the first 3 minutes, and then they'll have a chance.
I mean, we saw some hope come out of Color C. He did get the kill onto Bashful Bard, but after that, it was just questionable decision after questionable decision from the entire team.
Most definitely. We have to see if the bans are changed up.
Yeah, the first part. The first thing to do, change the bans.
Which team was it that didn't have bans last time? Was it Free Baron?
Yeah, it was Free Baron.
That can be a double-edged sword, because not banning a lot of stuff kind of leaves a lot of the OP. You just can't ban everything, you know, and it can leave a lot of the OPs up, and have to see what happens in this phase.
Life is too short for fear.
There's the Alawi.
Yeah. And that's nothing out of the ordinary, I mean.
But it was just 0-0-3. Come on now.
0-0-3, basically a support Alawi. I mean, what did he really do with it?
Yeah, just to support, you know.
Yeah.
Didn't have almost 300 farm.
It's just a Flame Horizon.
Yeah, you know, that's not a big deal.
Right now, best Squidward Vietnam is rolling in his grave. As he is La Blue Girl now. Don't assume genders.
It looks like it looks like they're banning against La Blue Girl right now. The Kled, the Alawi.
Is this the Diamond League Smurf of La Blue Girl? I said Dragon League, right?
The Diamond League.
Oh God, is this the Dragon League Smurf of La Blue
Man,
Girl?
we're all kinds of confused today.
Oh my goodness.
We had a week off. That I will blame that.
So
first rotated.
Yeah, and I mean that's the thing that oppressed the bot lane so hard, but it wasn't the primary source of oppression. It really came down to Seal Dad on his Thresh.
I just think it was bad decisions, in all honesty. They just chose to take bad trades, and they got the duo got 2-0'd, the duo just died to I think the Caitlyn got 2-0 off that first little trade they had, and it's unfortunate. Maybe we won't see a cull start.
We do see that the Lulu is picked up.
Interesting.
I like it. I am more confused as to why Purring would go Lee Sin into the Lulu, but We could go with it. We could go with it. I mean, they've shown. We can't go with it. Free Baron's going to stop that completely. Seal Dad's insane.
Who knows? Who knows?
I'm trying to have hope here, but I don't like that Lee Sin pick into a Lulu.
Here's what's going to happen. Lee Sin's going to get a super amazing insect onto the Corki here. He's going to kick him in, but the Janna's going to monsoon and push him right back out.
Oh, God. I know, so far, Free Baron kind of doing this unorthodox draft. It feels like they're just raw skill players. I think that's it.
I think that's a lot of it, honestly.
Yeah, they don't really care about composition. They just care about comfort and booty holes.
Yeah, Darius kind of fits the same niche as Alawi, as in that kind of really strong AoE lane bully. And Zach is banned in the second phase rotation of bans.
Yeah, and with Zach being down, it is going to be very jungler-centric, these focus bans from Team Chemistry.
Will that be a mid lane Corki?
I want it to be.
It 90% of the time is.
I'm on to you.
And awkwardly enough, the Sneak Rat's banned. I mean,
Being pocket cookies, I guess.
I mean, I see the potential, but
Oh. That's something we don't see in low elo often.
oh,
Mike Young.
is that the Mike Young himself? Today I learned Free Baron has both Mike Young Smurf and La Blue Girl Smurf.
What are they going to bring to answer this Darius and to answer this?
With the way
Corki.
Corkin played, I'd be really worried, and that is risky. I mean, they're setting.
I love.
They're setting
go
up
ahead.
a good composition in a sense. They do have a poke comp, and they have a decent poke comp too. They have the disengage. They can use Lee Sin as a disengage tool. They don't necessarily have to, insec everyone in. And they also have the Alistair, so this lets both the Caitlyn pick and the Jace pick really do the damage, having basically bodyguards. That just gotta be a placeholder, right? Hello? Okay, it was.
What was, I don't understand either of those,
Okay, so we did have the placeholders there. It got kind of confusing for a moment.
I'm still confused. Oh man, I hate this whole placeholder. Ugh, slows down the draft stuff so long.
Yeah, it really does. Tanya, we gotta use that that LOL draft simulator thing.
Pro draft, I think it's what it's called.
Yeah. And here we are.
I'm an
back in
advocate
Champ
for it.
Select.
Oh boy, I swear we're in Champ Select more than we're in freaking game.
Hesitation is death.
So this time they're just gonna power through the bans, get into the game, because that's what we want right now. Straightforward bans, but yeah, composition on Team Chemistry makes sense. Question is, can they execute it? Can they actually be a team? Because that's the big issue they've been having, is they don't play as a team and they don't play objectives.
I shall endure.
Yeah, like I said last week, they took 9 towers in 3 games.
Yeah, and
That's awful.
In the words of Scott Steiner, the numbers don't lie.
Oh no. But like, You can take 9 towers in a game, in one game, much less 3 games. Come on now.
So yeah, it turns out that was a Kennen. What now? What now? How many placeholders did they have?
I don't know, man.
I was praising this composition, but I'm having second thoughts now.
Take a good look. It's the last you'll get.
Tragic.
I am severely confused.
Your emperor shall return.
Did these teams know? These are completely different drafts. What's going on?
Okay, we finally got something normal.
Alright.
Okay, so much confusion, but we're finally back on track. That being said, I absolutely do not like the comp team chemistry anymore.
Especially if it's going to be the AD cannon. I think that it could work into the Darius, but you have to play it correctly. And your name's not Reckless, unfortunately.
You're not from EU, unfortunately.
Yeah. I'm sad we didn't get the Amumu.
Yeah, I'm kind of sad as well. And I just, this composition, I don't feel it. I feel like they've drafted themselves. You know, when we talk about Lulu, we talk about how good she is at stopping a lot of those close range assassins and those close range engagers that want to raise hell and want to cause disruption and want to do damage. Lulu's one of the best at countering that. But when you see that Lulu and you decide to pick Kassadin, and when you decide to pick Lee Sin, you're asking to get butt blasted pretty much.
You're gonna, I see it now, he's gonna kind of dash in and just get polymorph. Be there kind of awkwardly, and you're gonna die.
And then on top of all that, the Janna in this composition, in this draft, just doesn't make sense.
It offers nothing outside the fact that she can buff up the Caitlyn with the headshots, maybe displace somebody with tornadoes and monsoon. It can work. It actually is fairly strong against the Nidalee. It can stop the pounce and things like that, but I don't see it. Maybe they can prove me wrong. I hope they prove me wrong. I hope it's a good game, but I don't see it. What I'm looking at right now, I still have to lean towards Free Baron.
Yeah, and this time I am going to lean towards Free Baron. I mean, based on composition alone, I don't like what team chemistry has done with the draft. I said it earlier. They picked the Lulu early. Free Baron did. Team chemistry immediately picked champions that have a hard time having those close range engages, having those close range assassinations against Lulu. Wild Growth as well as Polymorph do so much to deny that. Imagine you try to insect someone and that someone is suddenly 7 foot tall. Like, and a Yordle. What are you going to do about that? You just get knocked up into the air.
Like, I don't know, man. It's like even disregarding the Lulu, what does chemistry's comp like do? They have a little bit of everything, but there's no real cohesiveness together with any of these picks. I don't know. And what can you do when faced against Mike Young?
And I mean, I do see the logic for the bot lane, though. It is a very safe lane, and it's something that Rackham needed. But then you look at, let's look at the mid lane. Bashful Bard is going to absolutely destroy Color C early on. And possibly that could snowball into absolute annihilation into the mid to late game. Then you go ahead and take a look at the top lane. you do have some early pressure that comes out from the Kennen, even if he goes AD. But Darius, once he gets going and once he gets towards that level 6 area, that can turn on a dime.
Yeah. I fully expect Color or Bashful Bar to probably rush like a Hex Drinker and then go into his Trinity Force and just be nigh unkillable for this Kassadin. I don't see this Corki losing lane to a Kassadin. Should not happen.
I mean, we say it should not happen, but oh my goodness, it's not gonna happen. It's
I
it's
mean,
a weird draft. So we are getting into the loading screen now. For all we know, this could be the complete opposite of what we're stating right now. Team chemistry can just suddenly show up and explode and dominate, this series out of nowhere. But I honestly just don't see it happening.
It could be he who has the pulse fire Caitlyn wins the game.
That or you refund it back to Riot immediately.
Kind of wish they would. I hate that skin so much. Good God, I hate it. Despise it.
So we are getting into game now. This could possibly be the final game as we are at match point. Free Baron versus Team Chemistry. One more win and Free Baron takes it in a clean sweep. Can Team Chemistry come back? We're going to find out soon enough as we hit the rift and get into the game. So right away from Tobin, we do see that it's a Dorn Shield start, and that was probably the smartest thing to do in this matchup that he's going to have, because a lot of this is going to come down to the early game advantage that Corpin has. If you can nullify that up until level 6, you can outright stomp the lane.
Yeah, I 100% agree. Doran's shield is really strong ever since the changes. Even though they did nerf the cost a little bit, it's still fine. The item's very strong.
So now we're going to see standard starts, it looks like once again. Nothing too out of the ordinary just yet. I do want to point out that Bashful Bard has opted in to the longsword start. Along with, instead of taking 2 potions, went for the refillable.
A little bit interesting.
Minions have spawned.
I haven't really seen that. Another interesting thing that he's done, he's actually started Q. I never see that. Most Corkis actually start E. It's pretty impossible to duel somebody with the Gatling gun just spraying them in the face and reducing that armor. I believe that's what it does. I've always seen starts on Corkis, especially in like LCS and stuff, but maybe that's just his thing. Never know.
Yeah, I mean, you pretty much get a free Thunderlord from it as well. And it's not looking good for him. He's almost at half health. I mean, we hyped up Bashful Bard so much, and he immediately goes to below half health because he did not do choice trading.
Part of, only a quarter of that was actually Color C. Most of that was actually him taking a significant amount of minion damage.
Yeah. Minion damage adds up in the game if you don't respect it.
It's definitely.
That being said, Color C is winning out on these trades so far. And he's not doing as bad as I thought he would have done in terms of CS.
Telling you got to do the E start. It offers so much presence early on.
And he does have the E now, but with only one more...
Too late.
Only one more part of that refillable potion. Yeah, I do think it's a little bit too late. But we are seeing a gank come out, and it's going to be onto Tobin. Tobin, who went 0-0-3 in the first game, is going to experience his first death. Did not use the minions.
What? What was that? Oh man, that flash was unnecessary. He was dead either way.
Yeah, absolutely. And look at Nyoto. He's going to walk right into Purring. Sonic Wave lands. Will it be the end of Nyoto? Manages to get away, but it's not enough as Purring flashes for the follow.
So, we have a Mike Young impersonator. Our Overlord would not do that.
Absolutely not. And Team Chemistry is starting off the game very strong for a change. And look at Purring. He's trying to find picks all over now.
Where was this guy last game? Like, come on. This is what I wanted to see last game.
Once again, Bashful Bard duking it out with
He's got to be careful.
And there we go again. Purring wants to get on the Bashful Bard. The flash forward.
Exhaust.
Almost the end of Bashful Bard, but he's able to survive. No! He dropped.
TFT.
He dropped to the Deathfire touch of all things.
Oh, man. What happened?
Team Chemistry has awoken. That's what happened. Awakened.
They were
There we
angry.
They said, I heard these casters talking some mad smack. It's time to prove them wrong. And this is definitely a start to accomplish that.
What is... I was just letting him auto him.
But it is very important to point out that that first gank that Purring did do is possibly one of the most crucial ganks to this game. The fact that Corpin is getting some sort of advantage early and not allowing Tobin to stagnate this lane is pretty huge.
Yeah, most definitely. And he's going right back up there.
Yeah, they want to punish Tobin as much as possible. Sonic Wave lands, and that's a killing spree for Purring.
That's a 3-0 Lee Sin, but at 5 minutes, that is scary.
And that is how you play Lee Sin. If you're
Exactly.
not doing well early, you're not doing Lee Sin.
What a rough start here for Free Baron.
Seems this team is awake, but you get to see the bot lane, who struggled so hard last game, really start to pop off as well. And Pocky Cookies looked really good in the last game as well as Seal Dad. So the game's not completely over for Free Baron, but in the top lane, it's looking pretty grim.
Yeah, that said, I still think Darius is one of those characters that can bounce back. But he is level 4 to Corpin's level 6, so it's going to be a struggle.
Meanwhile, in the mid lane, Bashful Bard.
LRC can kill him right now.
Yeah, that's an opportunity. At least try and get out the Flash or the Valkyrie. The Flash is down. The exhaust is up, though. And we see Purring might be looking to set up something here. He is spotted out by a control ward. He doesn't notice the control ward as well. So yeah, this is the decision making we were talking about on the side of Team Chemistry. They got that early advantage. Purring looked great in this early game, but they're not really taking as much advantage of it as they should. Now we see Color C might be going for something big. Purring looking to get the Sonic Wave, and a great play to come out of Purring.
Yeah, where was this player in the first game? Like, really?
Yeah, he's looking great right now. That's a 4-0-1 Lee Sin this early into the game. That's hard to stop.
Yeah. This is what Thor would look like if it was actually Mike Young playing instead of the Lee Sin.
Yeah.
But I will call into some action. Italy is very hard to play. Like, almost, you could argue she's almost as difficult to play as Lee Sin. The spears are so like needle thin that it's very difficult to do them, and if you don't know what you're doing, she's just absolutely useless.
Meanwhile, look at Color C looking to do a gank on this bot lane. Pocket Cookies getting in a bit of trouble, but that rocket jump is going to easily get him to safety.
He needed to throw that silence out just a slightly earlier.
Honestly, you should have just focused on Seal Dad, because if you focus on him, you're more likely to burn a flash than the one that has rocket jump.
Zero to Darius still ahead in farm.
Yeah. And that's not good news whatsoever, because we've seen what Tobin does when he gets a lead.
In a melee range.
Yeah, and he's just sticking it out in melee range. That being said, that is a testament to the threat that Darius can put on the map. And also a testament to just how good Horse can be. Look at Bashful Bard. He's going to get caught out again. Has to burn the flash. Burring. Almost looking to commit to that one, but decides not to. And all the wiser for it. And look at Tobin, the top lane. You would not guess that this guy was 0-2 in lane right now.
Yeah, he's definitely playing with some confidence right now.
It's not overconfidence. Gets stunned up. Might look to commit to this fight. Slicing Maelstrom goes out. Burns the flash. Trying to get away from Corbin. It drops to Corbin in the 1v1.
And I guess we spoke a little bit too soon.
Yeah. He took a little too many autos. Maybe about like 5 too many. That being said, First Dragon does go on the side of Team Chemistry. And it's a Mountain Drake. This is the Drake I argue is pretty much the most important Drake. I feel like it's great at all times of the game. It's great early, it's great late, whereas something like Infernal, which is one of the most contested Drakes, not really so much, because in the early game, you only get like 1 point of AD or 1 point of AP. It takes a while before that Drake scales.
Yeah, and Mountain just opens up so many opportunities to take objectives.
Here we go. Mike Young in the mid lane trying to pick off Color C, unable to get him. But, oh my goodness, Color C walks straight into a rocket.
League of Legends is a silly game.
It really is.
You just got a guy on this manatee and shooting rockets at you.
Sounds right. Now, once again, Tobin playing like he's not behind whatsoever. Playing like he's not 0-3. But that damage is going to start adding up, especially due to the fact that a Vamp Sector was picked up by Corpin. So he is able to get some pretty decent regen from these trades.
Yeah.
That being said, ooh, that was BM. That being said, Tobin has decent regen in the form of being able to use his Decimate.
Berg is coming up. He is spotted though.
Spotted out. There we go again. Tobin looking to trade using that Decimate. Tobin needs to be careful.
Thinking a lot of it's going to depend on pocket cookies later on as we go. I think this Tristana is going to need to be the one that kind of pops off and carries the team. Because right now the solo laners are struggling very hard right now.
Yeah, they really are. And I mean, it's not the worst situation yet. Tobin's still keeping up in farm. And Bashful is ahead in farm. But the deaths are definitely not helping them. They are doing their best to still stay in this game, and they're doing a pretty good job at it.
Even the farm deficit's expected. Yeah, this Corki should be demolishing this Caston in lane. And it's only a minor CS difference.
There's a good point. Here we go. The package used. A very interesting package as he goes over the wall. And now Nyoto is left all by himself. Has to flash away. Here comes Spurring. Gets the Sonic Wave. Does not go for the resonating strike. But Tobin is here. He wants to chop up Color C. But early damage to the Noxian Guillotine is not that high just yet. Does need the stacks to be able to execute Color C. That being said, what in the world was Bashful Bar doing?
I guess he didn't expect to go that far.
I guess.
EP coming out. They want this mid lane.
It's a very questionable siege. They do have a Mountain Drake. Not going to help in taking out this type of turret this early.
We A-Ram, boys.
Oh, they're committed to this. They might actually get it. Everyone's coming up. They're going after Color C. Color C able to get away with the Rift Walk. Corbin trying to get on the Seal Dad. Seal Dad able to get away, but that first tower going down is pretty big. But we do have a response in the bot lane as Pocket Cookies able to get that bottom tower.
The biggest thing there was Bashful Bar not having any mana to offer any wave clear assistance. So just allow for him to just push on in and take it.
That being said, it was the right response to come out of Pocket Cookies to even up those towers. But now the pressure is on the bot lane, and this is really good moves coming out from Team Chemistry. Looking like they have that chemistry that was missing in the first game as they rotate for objective after objective.
I don't like this way of the Ruin King on Tristana. I don't think it makes a whole lot of sense. There's no one really tanky on the side of Team Chemistry. There's nobody with high HP to kill.
That's a very Season 4, Season 3-esque Zuna thing to do.
Like, the current All the Rage build for almost any AD carry right now is IE the double static Shiv items, and that's definitely not them.
Here we go, Seal Dad trying to do a roam on the Corpin. Turns into just some aggression, just some harassment. That being said,
It's like the team swapped.
yeah, it really does look like that. A nice flash from Tobin keeps him alive. Meanwhile, Color C going on the chase. Not really getting much out of it, but Seal Dad's caught out now. There's not much of a chance he gets out of this, trying to run away. Fails the blast plant, but look at this, a shutdown onto Purring. One of the biggest members on the side of Team Chemistry.
And that's what they needed, I guess. I don't think that should have worked out the way it did, but it did.
Yeah, I mean, Purring was 401, takes his first death, and the shutdown goes on to Pocket Cookies. This could be Pocket Cookies' game to shine.
Like I said,
did kill Seal Dad.
Yeah, that's the biggest surprise out of that whole exchange. Kind of went straight up in the air on the last gun.
So now Infernal Drake can take. And Infernal Drake doesn't mean much. I said my whole argument about that earlier. But as this game scales and given the composition drafted. Oh, what is this, Rackham? Not paying attention, caught sleeping.
Especially with this Tristana, that's going to be significant.
Yeah. And look at that.
But right now, it's not the biggest. That and Free Bear just drafted a ton of damage. That is what their team screams.
But Free Baron are
They're just going to get
quite
this.
well.
Yeah, but top side.
Upside, another tower drops. We're 4-2 on towers now. And now,
Yes, they heard me.
yeah, they definitely did hear you.
They heard that they needed to take some towers, and they're taking some towers.
That being said, it's only a 3k gold lead. It is pretty significant at this part of the game, but that does dwindle down the farther we get in.
Well, when you think about it, Free key goalie is basically one completed item on one member, and that's strewn across the entire team. So, while yeah, it's a lot, not the biggest in the sense of item discrepancy. I'm honestly surprised Bard didn't, or Bashful Bard didn't pick up a, what's it called, Hex Drinker early on the Corki. Try to survive, especially since he was dying a lot. I understand it sucks to delay your Triforce, but I think delaying the Triforce is better than dying.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially with how much damage he's taken from Color C. Especially how this lane played out early. That was Bashful Bard's lane to win. And he's 0-2 right now.
So he should be coming online with the Triforce fairly soon, not too far off of it. But they're wanting to maybe catch Corpin.
Yeah, they're looking to drop the package, and there it is, knocking back Corpin, forcing the flash out of him, as well as the slicing Maelstrom. Redemption goes out, doesn't really kill anything, does deter the advancement. Color C looking to go after Pocket Cookies. That siege didn't work out, but it did force out some critical summoners as well as a critical ultimate on the side of Corpin.
I'm not liking this Nidalee pick so far.
It's not the Mike Young we expected, but the Mike Young we
Nope.
deserve.
Yep.
That being said, Sealed has still been really on top of it.
Yeah, definitely a pro for him.
Look at that, Sealed Dad. Just want to put on the aggression, but yeah, as you were talking about earlier, Neoto has had almost zero effectiveness in this game so far. Unable to really get those assassinations, the clutch spears. But Tobin looking to catch out Corpin. Tobin doesn't have flash. Couldn't chase that.
I mean, the Nidalee has some nice farm, but that's kind of what Nidalee does. And a lot of those numbers can be inflated based on what camps that you take. So I'm not going to read too much into it.
I mean, look at that spear. It didn't really do much.
Caston, of course, is an anti-mage. Takes that reduced magic damage. I'd imagine a full Runic Echo Spear onto, like, Rackham would probably do a third of his HP.
Time for the trigger.
Not the easiest thing to land. We have a fight breaking out. Pocket Cookies going after Color, being able to get him. There goes Ace, the whole lands on the Pocket Cookies as he's right range back, but he picks up the kill onto Purring. Looking to get Yvette now. Yvette deep into No Man's Land, gets dropped as a double kill for Pocket Cookies. Gets the reset. Is he going to take it? Chooses not to. Color C on the run, gets chopped down by the Noxian Guillotine, and that's a huge pickup for Free Baron.
And this is what we talked about. Their comp has no cohesiveness whatsoever. It doesn't work together. Oh, man.
And on that note, that could be what eats up the gold, and caught out is Rackham as he has to instantly flash away. Still, he is able to defend that tower. Neoto getting critically low. Ace in the hole is on cooldown, probably going to land anyway, but here comes Purring, looking to get some kind of move in, but Tobin being the aggressor, deterring Purring away from that advancement, but look at the damage Rackham's able to rack up. Able to get nothing for it, but it did defend the tower.
Yeah, just... They got these strong leads off of their, just winning their lanes, but their comp doesn't work together, so they lost that fight, and it was bad. They're allowing a struggling Free Baron to get back into the game.
That being said, it is interesting to see how Free Baron plays from behind, as they are struggling a lot in terms of action, but look at this. Caught out his Pocket Cookies to be able to get the kill her, and he does not get shut down by Color C. But before I was rudely interrupted, It is interesting to see how this Free Baron plays from behind, because they are doing a lot of things right, but that being said, to get behind, they're doing a lot of things wrong as well. Like we see this right now, Dezdan really establishing the vision. They've been constantly trying to establish and deny vision throughout this whole game. And they've been stalling it out. The fact that they got stomped early on and they managed to keep that deficit at only 3K, there was no bleeding for that entire time, is a testament to how they play from behind. And the question is, can team chemistry break the stagnation that Free Baron's able to bring to this game?
And the most important thing that kind of came out in this last couple of minutes, Corky has just hit his Triforce spike, and Tristana has completed Static Shiv. So, two very big item pickups coming online for the side of Free Baron.
That's such a weird build out of Pocket Cookie.
I dislike it. I think would have been better off just going straight for the BF sword item, and then are they really going to try this?
Free Baron are looking to pick up the Free Baron once again, but you wouldn't expect this. This is so sudden and so random. Color C is going to spot it out. It is no, they need to finish it off now before Baron gets there, and they will do just that as the Baron drops in favor. But the slicing Maelstrom is here, stunning up so many people. Dezdan goes down, Torrent's going to be next, and they pick up two. Most likely not going to catch out Bashful Bard, but still there's some redeeming qualities. But with the Baron being on 3 people, they still will be playing from behind, going after Bashful Bard. Will Sonic Wave land? It does not. Raging Strike. Dragon Strike is not there. They catch out Bashful Bard.
Now the question is, what can they do with the remaining Baron? That was questionable. They probably should have played towards the back of the Baron pit so as many of them could get out as possible.
And it would have got spotted out later.
Yeah.
And that time is so crucial.
What can they do?
They will be able to defend it. That's what I feel like most, but right now it's a negative Baron power play, so they have to find some way they can be able to utilize the Baron buff given what's happened on the map within the last couple of moments. That being said, Miyoto's getting caught out by Purring. There's the Dragon's Rage as well as the Sonic Wave Resonating Strike. He's going in, but is polymorphed by Dezdan and destroyed by Pocket Cookies. And that's definitely what you don't do if you want to maintain a lead.
Almost that we foresaw that happening.
Yeah. Called it in Champion Select.
Yep.
That being said, there is a lot of pressure coming out from Team Chemistry as they look to take this bottom tower. Will they be able to get it? Here comes the package. Caught out is Reckham as he tries to run away. Yvette's solo, but you're on the equalizer. Reckham's gonna drop double kill, picked up by Bashful Bard.
Yeah, that package came in huge there for Bashful Bard. Did so much damage to both Rackham and Yvette there. It was very well placed by him. Yep, most definitely.
Beautiful package. I called it the equalizer. Wow.
Yeah, they're basically the same thing.
Yeah.
Man, they keep getting these small advantages and just kind of throwing them away by taking bad fights and
Like this right here?
inopportune times.
Oh, goodness. Color C.
It's almost like they were just trying to one up my assessment there and just give it even more validity. They still have the Sparrans, so they're going to be able to mount a fairly significant push.
Yeah, and this is where the Baron power play has gone positive. The gold has gone even, slowly going in favor of Free Baron. Misses. And All being said, Corpin's been doing decently in this game. He has 2-0-4, but the rest of the team, not so much. And with the exception of Purring, we do notice that Color C we're getting caught out so much, and that was a pretty nasty shot to the face that Corpin took. Here we go again. Another siege coming in.
I don't. Yeah, I don't think you ever take that engage. Because we saw what happens when you just go in as a cast and you get polymorphed and you get dead.
Yeah, there's a lot of safe picks that Team Chemistry has. But that being said, they don't have much of a way to get in and utilize those safe picks, utilize the damage they can output. And look at this turret just get melted. Jonashield delays it for a little bit, but Bashful Bard wouldn't be bashful to take that fight to Rackham.
There is another mountain drink on the rift.
So what is Team Chemistry doing wrong that this has gone south so quickly?
Taking silly fights that they shouldn't ever take without proper setting up. Their vision again is kind of lackluster. They're very pushed in at this point. They have no forward vision. Name a few. I don't know if they win a team fight right now. They really got to keep Caitlyn in the back line, let her do as much damage as possible, and really gotta. You have to blow up the Tristana. You gotta blow up the Tristana, you gotta blow up the Corki, and hopefully, by all that's said and done, this Darius and Nidalee hasn't wreaked havoc on your backline.
Here we go once again, setting up for another siege. Dobin has Color C in his eyes, able to get the damage off, able to get the pick, unable to get the kill though. Redemption goes out, heals Color C almost all the way back up as he takes a rocket to the base.
I really would hate if there was a statistic for amount of spears missed. Man.
Yeah, I feel like Free Baron are winning just because a lot of the players are better.
Yeah, honestly.
It's able to compensate for Kyoto just whipping everything. Look at Color C, he really wanted that ward.
Didn't even get it.
Oh, pocket cookies. Kinda didn't notice the minion get into that bush.
I suppose not. Oh. That said, we're dead even gold right now. Even gold, even dragons, anybody's game.
I mean, it's dead even gold, but it definitely doesn't feel like it. Baron.
No. Honestly, they're just kind of giving up a little bit right now. Need to figure out what they're going to do with their pressure. Maybe try to send somebody to get pressure on a side lane, make sure those side lanes are pushed in, and possibly look to do this Baron that's alive now.
Yeah, I mean, you wouldn't leave it too far Free Baron to go for Barons.
No.
They've already shown they're not shy when it comes to making Baron calls.
And they commit, which is I do like about that. They commit to what they're going for.
This is the point where we're actually really starting to notice Rackham start to scale, as he does have that build you were talking about, the Infinity Edge into the double crit attack speed. And now Tobin caught out a bit, has the flash over the wall, slicing Maelstrom used, gets nothing
that
out
is
of it.
huge. That ult being down is a lot of CC and team fights that they could use later on.
That being said, it's up to Free Baron to take advantage of that window presented, and it looks like they're going to try and force Free Baron to be in a situation where they might make a bad call, and that might be Baron.
Color C is headed bot side, has the teleport, waiting up. We'll have to see if that comes to play later on. They have Tristana. They have a Mountain Drake. I think they can melt this thing if they decide to go for it. Kennen doesn't have Maelstrom. Do they make the play? I think they should at least get in the pit and kind of force them to maybe face check it. That Scuttle being there, kind of say, hey, we're here. They need to draw Color C off that tower, off that push.
Yeah. And they do have matching teleports, but they're choosing not to go for it.
You leave a Caston with a Lich Bane on a tower? I mean, have you seen XPK and what that man's done before to buildings?
And we do have a flash burn. That's another.
That was unnecessary.
And there we go.
Speak of the devil.
The XPK coming out of Color C. Able to get that tower. Bashful Bard.
Oh. Had that net landed.
Could have been very, very spooky for Bashful Bard. He's running extremely low, and this double 80 carry comp starting to show its flaws as they don't have the beefiest of engages or front lines. You have a Darius who is a fighter, but it's not exactly
Again,
the
I
optimal thing.
I think a lot of this comes down to this Tristana build. Not having the extra range with that rapid fire cannon.
On the Color C, and the flash was far too late from Bashful Bard. Now they're gonna give up this mid inhibitor tower, and look at that crit come out from Rackham on the pocket cookies. And this
There's
is
a
getting,
reason that build is very flavor of the month right now.
oh my goodness, the damage. That's gonna be an inhibitor down, and Team Chemistry are in the driver's seat.
They're gonna get another one.
We have one inhibitor down. Are we gonna see two?
They've got to force something.
Really do, Tobin?
You have to go now.
Walking in, but not choosing to take the fight.
In choosing not to take that fight, you're essentially saying we're going to turtle for the next however long it takes inhibitors just to respawn.
And I'm not going to attribute this just to the Tristana build. I think a big part of this is that Nidalee pick.
Yeah. It's doing nothing.
Yeah. It's not helping their composition. It's
Now
not
they're going to go
providing-
pick up this
Oh.
Elder.
And a King Drake, Elder Drake, there's nothing to stop that. It's a pretty big objective to get, especially when you have Infernal as well as Mountain Drakes. That being said, we might have a rebuttal from Free Baron. They're looking to posture towards the Baron itself.
If they could pick it up, maybe they can survive, but I don't think they're going to be in position to take it. So, that said, I fully expect Chemistry to just walk straight up to it and do it. They have the Elder Drake. There's no possibility they can really contest it, so just take it for free. Maybe hope that Neoda can maybe make a steal.
It looks like they're going to go for just that. They start setting up the vision game. The Baron dance is going to happen. They do have a split push going on. They've sent Corpin to the bot lane, who does have, oh my goodness, the damage onto Bashful Bard. That crit, so nasty. Sonic Wave misses, and there goes the package. I don't think Middle will do anything about this fight. Tobin trying to get onto Yvette. Will he chop down Yvette? Unable to get him as the flash away, and a great Dragon's Rage stops the advancement that came out from Free Baron, but they're looking to go after Color C. Color C getting pretty hurt, but not hurt enough as he's able to rift walk
Mid
away.
lane. Minions in the base.
Yeah, and with the minions in the base, that could be the Baron call.
Start the Baron. Yep. That's what you have to play with. That's what you take. I'm curious as to why they sent all their members to defend one wave of minions, but I guess that was the call that they made.
Kyoto almost able to get the steal, instead gets a bullet to the face. Meanwhile, the inhibitor is almost getting taken down. No one coming in time to back off, but They do get it, and now this Caitlyn pick is really paying off. 1-1-1, you wouldn't think it. He's basically the Tobin of last game.
Oh my.
Oh my goodness. Bashful
Rapid
Bard
fire.
trying to get out of there. Rapid fire does not proc in time. And Tobin, you need to get to your base, Fred. The Nexus is exposed and it gets melted just like that. The game's over at 38 minutes. Team Chemistry bounce back.
Yeah, we're going to a game 3. Oh boy.
And what in the world did we just witness?
Man, that was basically what happened to the first game in an opposite effect. The team with I called it at the beginning. The team with the Pulse Fire Caitlyn wins the game.
Oh my goodness.
All
So-
that damage.
Yeah. For those, since you guys can't see it, 30k on the Caitlyn. Everyone else on the team is 11k or below. It was pretty much just that was it. It was just a one-man show, and the person showing off was Rackham, as he really did just wreck him. It was disgusting to watch what happened, what that Caitlyn damage could do, that double crit.
Yeah, that was nasty. Again, I really disagree with the Nidalee pick and the Tristana build, in all honesty. I think those were two very glaring issues that I saw in that game. Like, if you don't have a high HP opponent, there is zero reason to build Blade of the Ruin King.
On that note, we will be taking a short break. Team Chemistry bounce back. Next game takes it all. Find out soon. Ascension eSports Dragon League. We'll see you in just a moment.